Good morning. Today I want to show you something a little different than my last couple of videos. This is what you would call, I think most people would call, a glue book or a collage book. So this was a brochure from one of the kitchen companies that I deal with that was outdated. So I had a little stack of them. I may do some more of these. I find it very enjoyable to do collage just for the sake of doing collage. And this keeps it all in a booklet that you can flip through. And I just love flipping through these books just as a break in my day. And I can see my art and see some things have meaning, some things don't to me. The cover is, as you can see, all collaged. Paper bag spine. Some of my border strips that I've cut with the punch, music paper. The map and this little piece in the corner is from Cracker Barrels all through the United States. One of our favorite places to go when we go to the States. This is just a printable. Some of the letters, this is fairly early on when I was doing more printables. And then as you go through it, I've got some paper with a background picture and then some writing lines. I've wrapped the paper around the edge of the book cover so that it reinforces it and finishes it off nicely, and it gives it a nice thick durable feel. And then again I let the paper go over the crease in the page to reinforce it as well, with some printable music paper, a little notepad inserted here on a blank spot. You can still see a lot of glue puckers when I was using white glue instead of glue stick. I didn't think glue stick was going to be strong enough to use, but it turns out that it does work quite well for this kind of thing. So my future glue books will be a little tidier. Some scrapbook paper to make a corner tuck. Some more of the Cracker Barrel map wrapped around the page. You don't have a soul, you are a soul, you have a body. C.S. Lewis, I love that quote. And so just a few snippets, a few stickers, and this is actually a pocket. I don't have anything in it, but I did leave it as a pocket. And that's why I left the plain paper behind it, but I did ink it with some purple ink. And then paper bag to reinforce the spine here. This is out of an old magazine, a printable that I cut out. Just love architectural elements. And then some more of the Cracker Barrel map. A couple of my homemade tags. So this is backed with a beige paper, music paper, and napkin over top. And this one's a printable, but I just loved the kind of lattice look to it. And backed onto some green paper with some of the distressing that I did before I had inks. And then a tuck spot, which is made out of printable, just on a bit of a heavier paper. Like I said, you could journal in this. There are some places you could write. This is a piece of a pattern for quilting. And then a picture of a quilt out of a quilting magazine. Another bit of the map and some book page, magazine page. You could write in it, but you could also just do another bit of collage on top of this. So I haven't gone back and done any more embellishing to this since I finished it. I did it kind of over the span of about a week or two. This was inspired by watching Yellowstone. We got the cowboys and collecting the horses. And more of the map, a little bit of napkin decoupage, similar to the idea of what I did on that little notebook a few episodes back. And some fussy cutting. This is two separate things that I put together, fussy cut. And just some landscape magazine pages there. And then this is a page inspired by Ireland. So I've got Danny Boy. You can see I used the white glue. It's quite crinkly and it's got some air bubbles underneath it, but I kind of like the way that it feels and sounds, so I'm just going to leave it. Some green butterflies, greenish butterflies, a map of Ireland, sort of an architectural element here, a little tea envelope, which is made of vellum. I don't think this one opens. It was just done as sort of like a piece of ephemera. A little bit of place where you could write or do some more collaging, and some of the fancy edge just done on paper bag. A little bit of green along the edge, just some magazine pictures of grass. And then this page was more inspired by my trips up north to Combermere, where we would enjoy sitting by the lake in the Adirondack chairs and sunning ourselves. And I would do art up there all the time. So this is coloring page underneath with some inking on it. And then the napkins glued over top with the white glue. And this one actually has some tiny little iridescent stars glued on it as well, all over. Not all over, but around the edges. And then this pocket was, I folded down a piece, one of the pages of the book, and then decorated it. So I've got the lace, paper lace doily, and some more of the napkin over some purple paper and some more of the fancy punch. And then this is a magazine page, and I just did some gesso and water over top to kind of take away some of the gloss. I kind of like the way it looks like that. And then this is a pocket, quite a big pocket that you could put other mementos into. And then this one was just a pretty collage that I did and tried some different things. This one's basically just a collage with one of the big cardstock feathers from the Dollarama or Dollar Tree, I think they're from. You get them in a package of several pieces for $1.25 or something. And then this was just a greeting card that was in my stash. I think it was my mom's. I just stuck it down. Kind of liked the way it looked with the browns on the page. And then just to pick up the pink over here, I did some pink stenciling with just craft paint over here. And the music paper, I kind of did a wash on it as well, so it wasn't so white. And then this page is some printable background paper, a junk journal or a junk mail envelope, probably a government one because it was one of those brown ones. You can still see part of the postage stamp there. And then I put some purple paper inside it. This opens right up, yeah. And then that's the window of the envelope. And then the same paper that's inside the envelope, I've done a bookmark with brown twine and more of the edging stamp. A tiny little collage. I wasn't very good at collage back then. You get better. So keep trying. Some of these are just punches of flowers out of magazine page, just to decorate that wood grain background. And then a bunny with some mauve flowers. I'm not sure where that came from. I don't think it was magazine. It might have been a calendar. More coloring page, a stamped, or I think it was a stenciled feather. And then printable paper that would maybe use some more collaging on top of it. When I first started, I was afraid to cover anything up, but I've learned that you can add elements on top and it still looks good. Some fussy cut leaves over here. And then I think this is a calendar page that I wrapped around to reinforce the edges of the page. These are quite stiff now. They're like, again, almost like a cardboard book. Dragonfly in the corner. I found a bunch of wine labels at a thrift store, so I put one of those on here. This is just 8.5 by 11 paper bag, a world map in pretty colors. I love that. And then you could decorate more, or you could do some note taking on here. And then this page has the map wrapping around, printable with feathers, the top of a paper bag made into a pocket, a different map, like a street map from Ottawa. This was shortly after my son went down to live in Ottawa. So I took one of the maps that we picked up on our trip there, coloring page, and some music, and then some scrapbook paper to make a tuck, coordinating collage behind it, the Cracker Barrel logo, and that's part of the Cracker Barrel map, and then some more writing spot on the inside of the back cover. So I really enjoyed doing this. Like I said, it wasn't a one-day project. It was over several days, just different themes. You could do a book that's all one theme, or you could change your theme each day or every time you sit down. It doesn't really matter. There's no rules. That's what I like about it. So I hope you enjoyed seeing this book and inspire you to make one of your own. It's a great way to reuse things that would normally go in the trash or the recycling and turn them into something that you can enjoy over and over again. So thanks for watching. I hope you'll subscribe, comment, tell me what you do and don't like about my book or what you would change. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.